Hello.
Hello. It says we've been live already for 29 seconds. This is weird.
It's the
Let's
behind the
do the
scenes.
time warp again. Happy New Year's,
Happy
everyone.
New Year's Eve.
hmm
Thank you so much for joining today. I'm very happy to have some company. And I thought to myself, it might be kind of nice to, host a live in case there's other people that also,
hmm
are looking for a little bit of company, a different way to bring in the new year than, the usual um, the ball on the TV or whatever it is, right? So,
Yeah.
thank you very, very much for being with me tonight. I appreciate you.
Yes, we do.
So, tell me, Heather, how do you normally celebrate New Year's? Do you even have a celebration or any type of traditions?
Well, when we were younger, New Year's Eve was a lot of fun. When I was a little girl, you know, my dad would always get, a bottle of champagne and he would pop it, at midnight. He makes sure that we had our pretzels and our chips and, our treats. And we would watch Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve. A lot of people
Mm.
remember that. And one year, my dad was trying to pop open the champagne bottle. And my mom's like, careful, you're going to, it's going to pop out, Ron, and you're going to hit the ceiling. And my dad's like, no, I got it. And he popped it and boom, it hit the living room ceiling and put a dent in it. So that was always a fun tradition. But, growing older, sometimes going down to, the clubs or occasionally seeing a ball drop. When I lived in Flagstaff in Arizona, they had the pine cone drop. And sometimes we would go down,
Ooh.
instead of dropping a ball, they would drop a Ponderosa, pine cone. And, so lots of different things over the years. But now that, I'm older and things aren't, things are different, we just pretty much stay home,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah,
know.
I know
Hi,
what you
Sandy.
mean. Hey, Sandy. And look, it's
Happy
already
New
New
Year's.
Year's in the UK.
hmm
Happy
Happy
New
New Year.
Year. I didn't have my horn.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
But yeah, I grew up in a big Latin family. And so just having a few relatives get together and the band of cousins, that felt like a party.
Mhm.
And so that's how we always brought in the new year. So coming here and not being surrounded by big family groups like that has been, I'm telling you, I've been in Florida for about 30 years now. I still
Um,
don't get used to the idea. And every year, New
um,
Year's is different. We try different things, we try different traditions, and nothing that sticks, right? Nothing that we are like, that was amazing, we're doing that again. We haven't done anything like that. A couple years ago, we spent New Year's like in a log cabin, and
Ooh.
we went thinking that maybe, just maybe, there might be snow and it would be cool, and
Yeah.
and we could do all the things and get in the hot tub and like do everything, right? And then
Mhm.
we got there and they were having unseasonably warm weather. Like it was hot. It
Well
was
said. Go swimming instead.
it was hot. There
Let
was
hot
no
tub be swimming.
snow. There was no snow. There was no internet. And then that year for New Year's, we watched the Harry Potter marathon on TV.
There you go. You improvise. You work with what you got. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Vivian.
Hi, Vivian. Happy New Year. Well, not quite
Oh,
yet, but for all of our peeps across the pond and down under.
yes. Happy New Year.
I like the owl, Vivian. I like the purple.
I know. When I see the owl, I feel comforted.
Mm-hmm.
I feel comforted. So, yeah, today I thought it would be cool to hang out and provide readings for anyone that might be interested. We are doing
Oh, what?
the lottery numbers.
Oh, well, we do play Powerball, Sandy. So if you guys already got the power, well, I don't know if you guys play Powerball over there in the UK. I think that might be a United States thing only. But
For real. Hey,
hi,
Janet.
Janet.
Oh,
Happy
it's
New
good to see
Year.
everybody. Happy that you're here. Hope you're having a pleasant evening. Everyone is happy and safe.
And we have a glass of mead waiting for us after the show. We still have some left over from Yule. So our
Mhm.
strawberry and vanilla scented and aromaed honey mead. It's called Freya's Passion. And so we'll have some
Ooh,
of that as a toast for the New Year's. So, yeah.
nice. Nice. I
Yeah, we
like
try to
that.
have a.
I started early. I got my
She's like, I started early. No, seriously.
Later on, I'll be pulling cards. And I'm like, I think that's the hermit. I don't know.
Yeah, me doing readings and drinking I don't think would necessarily mesh well, so I'm like I'll just stick to my water for now, but then afterwards we'll be like,
Yes.
okay, crack that bottle back open. Because we don't drink very often, so this is our treat. It's like every like
Yes.
6 months or so, if there's like a special, like, because we're pagan, we celebrate a lot of the pagan holidays. So like when
Mm.
Yule came up, I said to Shan, well, we weren't able to get a bottle of mead for Samhain, so let's, hey, Ange. So I said, let's get one for Yule, and then probably next year maybe we'll get one for celebrating a new apartment, when we cross country.
Mm.
So next year. So Happy
Yes.
New Year, Ange.
Mead. I'm not familiar with mead, the drink of
The Fae.
the Fae.
Yeah, it's supposed to
Oh,
be
that's
80,
so
but yeah.
cool.
And there is a special type of mead that comes out of Scotland. It's a secret recipe, from what I understand. It's an ancient one. And I think maybe only one company in Scotland sells it. I would love to get my hands on it. It's made from heather, the plant heather.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh, I want a bottle of heather mead. That would be great. So that's on my bucket list to have someday is a bottle or a glass of, of heather mead.
Yes.
So,
Oh, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome.
I don't understand how they could take that from the heather plant, but hey, Scots know what they're doing. It's got to be
Yeah.
good if it's a secret recipe after all these, I think a couple hundred years or more. So, yeah.
I know. Yes. Because, they have it, they've refined it and they have it to like perfection, chef's kiss.
Ooh, perfection. Can't go wrong with heather, right? Mead is an
Oh,
alcoholic beverage
look.
by honey and water. Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
heather. Our bottle here has notes of vanilla and strawberry. There's another bottle that a winery here makes that's got like a pear um, flavor to it, or or as they call it, an aroma or a taste. I don't know what it's called. Um, there's a word that they use. There's an aroma and or notes, excuse me. So like
Mm.
notes or hints of a pear in it. So yeah, get really creative with some of these.
Oh, so okay. She says it's very good for you. So where would one acquire said mead?
At your local liquor store.
Really?
Most
Ooh.
liquors, big liquors, good sized liquor stores will have it. Our liquor store has like three different. That has the Chaucers. It doesn't carry Mystic anymore. That was my favorite, but they have the Blackthorn. We have a Blackthorn winery up in Wilson, which is only about maybe 45 minutes away or so, and they have out a couple different bottles. So you can get different companies depending on your local um, liquor store, and depending on
Yes.
what wineries you have in the area. So where we're going next year in Southern Oregon, the whole area is like it's a vineyard. area. So we're
Mm.
sure there's going to be lots of different types of varieties to be able to try. Well, in moderation. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Moderation's always a good idea.
Well, she
But yeah,
says liquor stores sell it. I'll just go in and say, "Where's the Faye section?" I need to get.
they'll be like, "What?" But mead is like a Renaissance drink. So if you go like to the Ren fairs and stuff, so yeah, mead was a very popular drink back in the day, especially the medieval
Mm,
times. So, hence the Chaucer, mead and stuff. But yeah, just go in
yeah.
and say, "Where do you keep your mead?" And if they're not quite sure, you'll say like honey wine or mead, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, Heather, there is a blueberry mead here. Oh yum." Ooh.
Ooh. I was gonna tell you, like, believe it or not, I live about 30 minutes from a winery. There's actually a winery in Florida. And I visited one that is maybe like 45, 50 minutes from where I am that specialized in blueberry. All their wines were blueberry. It was the most delicious.
Wow.
So good. And now I can't remember like where it was or how I got there or how to get back, but it was so good.
Just do a
So
little
good.
research. Type
Mm-hmm.
in, wineries near me, blueberry, and see what hits you again. You're like, hey, let's go on a little road trip. Just drive around. Try to find the
Mm-hmm.
best one. But yeah, my sister loves blueberries. Me, I was always a strawberry girl. So when I heard about the strawberries and vanilla, I was like, oh, Shan, I want to try that. And that turned out to be my favorite out of the meads here. So, but the
Oh,
pear is good too, I must say.
it sounds like it would be amazing.
Hmm.
It sounds amazing. I made coquito this year, and that was a lot of fun. I
Now,
haven't
what is
done it.
that?
It's like a Puerto Rican eggnog, and
Ooh.
it's made with all things coconut. Now, of course, I didn't do it like my mom's method of like
Hmm.
getting the
Like, well, you
coconut,
got to get the.
cracking it open, and getting the.
Yeah.
I didn't do it that way. I just used, regular cans. But yes, it's delicious. And of course, we spike it with rum and
Oh,
so good. I
Shan would
had
probably like that. He likes eggnog.
so good. Coconutty goodness. It was coconutty goodness. I'm down to one final bottle. My son was like, "Don't you dare finish that bottle before I get back."
Ah, you gotta save it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So what do you think? Is there anyone out there that might be itching for a little read before either before the new year or for some of you after the new year? Just go ahead and type me in the comments and we will get to you happily. And if not, we're happy to continue chit chatting because that's all
Yeah.
good too.
Hmm.
That is all good
Yeah.
too.
My favorite snacks as a kid, besides the pretzels, was the Pringles. My dad would always make sure I would have a thing of Pringles for New
Oh my
Year's.
gosh. I never buy Pringles, yet somehow when I go into the kids' rooms, there's always one of those. Empty, of course.
Hmm.
Empty. I can't go in there and pick any. Ooh, what's in here?
And if you crunch up Pringles potato chips and like sprinkle them into ice cream, like your favorite ice cream, it's really good. It's like a
Oh,
salty sweet. So
look at that. Oh, I'll have to
yeah.
try that. Beep. All right. Well,
Yee.
Ange, cheers. Cheers to
I
you,
don't have my
Ange.
wine yet, but here we go. All righty. So I am doing what to embrace. So
Mm-hmm.
we're are be helpful if I pulled out my cards. I got the book right there.
Yes. So, my dears, what we're going to be doing is I will pull cards for what you should release in 2024. Heather is going to pull cards for what you should embrace in 2025.
All righty.
It is our honor and privilege to draw cards for you tonight. I hope that it resonates, but in the event that it doesn't, it's okay. You can consider that one more thing that you can let go of.
Well, everybody has 2025 to wait to see if the cards that I pulled. So I got a good year on my
You
readings.
got a good deal. Mine is like, that's hogwash. You don't know what you're talking about.
Too funny. So, Ange, what can you embrace? Or what will you embrace in 2025? Oh, wow. Hmm.
I was going to say, oh, perhaps you'd like to go first, but I guess it would make sense to release before we embrace.
Yeah. Have another sip, Elizabeth. No, sorry. Sip, sip. Oh, I don't know. I wish I had my glass now here.
Of mead. I want some mead.
Hey, you know what?
Oh, so good.
Elizabeth's got her glass, so can I have mine? I guess.
Oh, that's hilarious. Air rings. Let's see. Okay. My dear sweet Ange, 2024 was definitely a trying year. For you, I have pulled this card from the Reclaim Oracle. And there were a lot of changes, some unexpected, some big decisions that needed to be made. And I am sure that you experienced a multitude of emotions, including this one here, anger. So here's me saying that now we can turn a new leaf and let go of any residual that is clinging on. Um, I always feel like, we think about the things, we work with the emotion, and, we do all the work. Oh, I'm releasing, I'm letting this go. And then you happen to stumble onto a conversation and it brings tears to your eye. So, it just lets you know that, um, there's just a little bit more work that can be done there. And the second card is this here, and I think this is so fitting: zoom out, because now um, time has passed and you're able to zoom out and look at those experiences from 2024 with a completely different lens, a completely different perspective. Because when things are happening to us in that moment, we don't really know or understand. We just become overwhelmed with emotion. And now that some time has passed and we're stepping into a new calendar year, it gives us the opportunity to zoom out and see things differently. And I just want to read to you what the card says. The big picture can reveal a lot of answers, truths, and unexpected connections. Try taking a step back. So that is what I have for you, friend. Yes. I hope that is helpful for you. Oh, that's powerful. Yes. Such a good exercise. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Hugs, friend. Hugs, friend.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost there.
Yeah, when we're in it, she's right. You can't always see the big picture. And
Mm-hmm.
that can be very frustrating sometimes. So, sip, sip, everybody. He brought me a
Oh,
drink.
cheers. Cha-ching.
And
Cha-ching.
there's the
Oh my
bottle.
God.
Black Willow.
Oh, that looks
Fantastic.
beautiful.
So,
Mm.
yeah, first chance said, just make sure there's some left for me. Yes, there will be enough for you at them. So, and I shuffled and this card flew, and I said, I don't know, I'm going to put back in. Kind of jumped out a little too fast. I want to make sure I shuffle the cards. And what happens? This card flies out again. I'm like, okay, I'm setting you aside. So the card that kept flying out, Ange, is the Five of Pentacles. So, what to embrace moving forward. Um, I think this kind of connects with where Elizabeth ended, whereas this card represents leaving behind. 2024, there was that feeling of kind of like scarcity, lack, feeling isolated, kind of feeling like them out in the cold. But I love this card. It has people walking in it, and I'll share that in a second because it's relevant with one of your other cards. So the regular card that first popped out was Eight of Cups. Again, walking. And I know walking played a big part too this year with your weight loss, helping you feel better. The walking helps us clear the mind, helps our mental health, helps us get physically feeling better, getting grounded. And so moving forward into 2025, you're embracing the Eight of Cups, walking away, leaving behind what no longer serves you, and looking for, I like calling this the looking in search of one's own personal grail, holy grail card, because out of the Eight of Cups, there's always a spot, an empty spot for one of them. And so you're off looking for it. And so leaving the past behind and just moving forward. The overall energy at the bottom was the Hanged Man. So moving into this new year, really looking at life and the world from a different perspective. Again, kind of finding that balance, having that patience, kind of being open to new possibilities, or again, things you know that we may not have thought might have been something that we would be interested in or would be helpful in our growth. This reflects that, and I wanted a clarifier for it, and it gave me the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles, of course, baby steps, moving very slowly, being very diligent. And what I love when I opened up for the art part of this card, because they all give prompts, and I was feeling which card would be a good card, I was directed to the Knight of Pentacles. And wouldn't you know it, Ange, with the walking, it says here, walking art is the practice of walking as an artistic medium. American writer and activist Rebecca Soinit wrote extensively about this concept in her book Wanderlust. Solnit suggests that walking offers an opportunity to engage with our surroundings more profoundly and can also be a form of resistance or a way to reclaim public space. She argues that walking can awaken our senses, spark our imagination, and inspire creative thinking. Conscious participation in this practice may enable us to observe and appreciate the beauty and complexity of the world with new and unexpected insight, which you get from the hangman, a new perspective, new insight into the world around us. So I can't believe how perfectly, it's just incredible how these two cards came together. And with you walking this past year, helping with your weight loss, helping you feel good, and you love doing it. So into 2025, keep doing that. I think that's going to be a great coping mechanism for you. And it says here, with this in mind, you will participate in walking art. As you walk, stay fully present, mindful, observing your surroundings and interactions. Respond creatively to your experience through photography, sketching, writing, or collecting if you feel inspired. I love that. This is the first time I was able to read, you know, the artistic um, practice prompt for that card, and I pulled from my in a place closer to home, and you got transformation. But look at the front of that. Look at that beautiful raven and crow. Well, actually, that's a crow. And it says here, in a place close to home, there was transformation. Don't be afraid of the unknown, which again connects with I mean, it all goes together. So don't be
Yes.
afraid of the unknown. Walk in search of your grail, walk for your health, walk for your groundedness, your creativity, walk towards, people and places that, make you feel like you're a part of their community, their family, their tribe that can, help uplift you. And just beautiful reading for 2025, Ange. I just love how these cards just all go together.
Yes. I
And it
love
just
that
flows
little
from
mini
yours
deck
into mine.
too.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, Ange got this for me this year.
That is so
Isn't that
cute.
cute?
Yes, I love
I love
that.
it. Jenna Della Cretalia.
All right. So there's a lot of cha-ching going on in the
Cha-ching! Mm.
Okay, so I think that hit home for Ange. Oh, that's good. And while you were talking, I shared in the chat that makes me think of like walking
Mm-hmm.
meditations, which I don't know if you've ever done them. They're interesting, right? Because you think, oh, how can you meditate that way? But you can, and it's
Mm-hmm.
powerful.
It is because you're
Mm-hmm.
connecting to the earth too. And you're
Mm-hmm.
breathing in the air. Hi, Jessica. Happy New
Hi,
Year.
Jessica. Jessica is here. Jessica is wishing everyone a happy new year. Yes. We had some people in the chat that have already celebrated New Year, so that's cool.
Oh, somebody wants to wish everybody a happy New Year. Come here.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, come here, you. Oh my God, you weigh a ton. All righty. Happy New Year, everybody.
That face. Oh my
I'm
God.
Auntie. Happy New Year. Have a
So
have a
cute.
safe and happy New Year, everybody. You can stay with me
Mm.
for a while, but you be a good boy. No, no, that's not being a good boy. That's getting on the table where people can't see Mama. Come on, come on. There we go. No cat butt. There we go. Oh, I gotta love cats.
They're so cute.
Yes,
My
they
two
are.
are in hiding because they're afraid of the fireworks, and there's a
Yeah. Oh,
lot
poor
of noise
babies.
going on. Oh, Janet Lee says beautiful.
Come here. Come lay down. Be a good boy.
Mm,
Yeah, Ange, can you
good.
believe it? The walking, and that's what you've been loving. I mean, Ange has just been like, I love this walking. I've lost like 30 pounds. I feel so good. I'm strengthening my core. She goes, going out in the fall and walking. I mean, everything just couldn't fall more into place. And I'm still on the big screen too. There we go. You be a good boy.
Yeah.
You be a good boy.
Let's see. Oh, you are most welcome.
Hmm.
Most welcome.
The Maz. Yes, the Maz.
The
Yes,
Maz
people
has
are
a fan
talking
base.
about you.
The Maz has a fan base.
The meowser? Are you the meowser? She's like looking at me going, I don't know, am I?
Oh, it's
Oh,
okay, Janet. I'll have a little sip for you.
there you go. Yeah. Sip, sip for Janet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh, that was beautiful. All right. So, for anyone new that's joining, what we're doing is we are pulling cards for a little inspiration, what to let go of in 2024 and what to embrace in 2025. If you would like cards pulled, feel free to type me in the chat.
Say hi.
OMG. Look at that.
Say hi. No, he wants his belly rubbed. Okay. I guess I can do both, right?
Mm-hmm. Ah, Janet says, thank you. My cats won't come. My cats will not come.
They'll
Mine
probably
is
do
sitting here
fireworks over the
staring
steps.
at me. She's just giving me the eyeball.
Aww.
Here,
Come
I'll
here,
give you
kitty,
that.
kitty.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's just fireworks. We're safe.
Yeah.
We're safe. Ooh, oh, Janet Lee says me.
Okay.
Me,
You
me,
gonna help me
me.
with Janet's reading? You gonna be a good boy? Alrighty. No, probably not. So Janet. So what can Janet embrace in 2025? Mm, okay.
Hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the release. This is a big card. This is a big card. Betrayal, and the image is quite potent here. But what I am feeling called to share is that sometimes things appear to be this, and it definitely feels like this, but it isn't always this. There's sometimes a different intent than what we are aware of. So the second card that I pull is this one, recognize, right? You can see the figure is in a meditation pose, and he is just kind of, he has love on his mind. That's what he's focusing on. And when we meditate and we think about all of those things in our life that we are grateful for and the things that we appreciate, it has the power to elevate our mood. It has the power to elevate our energy and to help us with tough situations like this. So our recognized card says, let's take a look at a big, scary feeling. Let's give it a name. And maybe we could even befriend it. And so, what I feel this is inviting you to do is take some time to kind of think of your year, think of the moments that made you feel this way, and perhaps a meditation. If meditation is not your thing, journaling might come into play, but really allow yourself the time and the space to sit with those things that have come to pass in 2024 that doesn't make any sense for us to take with us into the new year. So that's what I'm going to leave you with, my friend, and I'm going to hand you over to Heather.
Well, it was supposed to be Heather and Mozzie, but he's laying down on the job. So, so Janet, um, following again with Elizabeth, how she had the betrayal card. The overall energy of the cards that I had was the Ten of Swords. So coming into the new year, the overall energy is kind of like getting just kind of that feeling of okay, it's like a rock bottom card, but it also can be a card about being stabbed in the back, like Elizabeth's card, betrayal. We've been hurt by many people, but what I've heard also recently about the Ten of Swords, what I think is wonderful, is that it's come to a completion. You can start taking out all those swords now, and I think too, with embracing the new year, would be a great uh, visual ritual. Because we just had the new moon yesterday, we're still in the new moon energy. Is if you can name or put a name or an emotion to those each of those swords, and then visually see yourself removing every single one and giving them over to the universe and saying, okay, this was things that happened in 2024 or might be going on now, but moving into the new year, I'm removing these and I'm giving them to the universe. And the next card is beautiful. I love this. You got the Nine of Cups. So this is about that beautiful. It's called sweet satisfaction. Is the keywords here on for the card, and that's beautiful. So all those swords, didn't kill you. It didn't destroy you. It made you stronger. It made you more resilient. and it showed how strong you are, the strength that you have within yourself. So now that sweet satisfaction of saying, look, I survived. Like Gloria Gaynor, I will survive. So we had to get some music in there. Yep. And so it says here too, a thought provoking parable highlights the Nine of Cups essence. A wise man, when asked about the secret to happiness, responds, the secret to happiness is to want what you have. This simple but profound idea urges us to appreciate our blessings, fostering contentment rather than the constant need for more. So, this is card about good fortune, blessings, and it says here, but also holds the key to unlocking even more tremendous potential, the magnetic power of gratitude. So, as you're removing each of those swords, say, I am grateful for lessons learned, these people or these situations were put on my path for me to learn. I remove them, I acknowledge them, and moving forward, I embrace, the sweet satisfaction of victory. I take what I've learned and coming into the new year, being grateful for what I have, being grateful for lessons learned, being grateful for the abundance that I do have in my life, and being open to more of it in the new year. And I want to go pull from a card for you from a place close to home, and actually two came out for you, and they go perfectly. The first one is, in a place close to home there was time. Make the most of your days. And so now, with those removed swords, that closure, that coming full circle, embrace that happiness. Make the most of your days. And with that happiness card, the bliss, you got, there's a beautiful key right there. And the key is in this unfurling flower. And it says, in a place close to home, there was joy. Unlock your bliss. So that goes right with your Nine of Cups card. So that's what I have for you,
So,
Janet, in the upcoming year.
so beautiful. Oh, I love that. So, so beautiful. Jessica, we got you. Sandy, we got you. Oh, look at that. He shares my
Woo!
readings. This is the Moz.
Yeah, but he's like sleeping now, and I'm like, well, okay. He's lending his presence. He's blessing us with his presence, as they so say.
Sandy, my first time, probably the hangman. It'd
Really,
be
Sandy, this is the
interesting if
first
that's the
time.
card that comes out.
So, Sandy, this is the first time you've ever had a reading from one of us readers. Betrayal has a specific sting to it. Oh, girl, you know. Yep, yep.
Hmm. And I'll share here Janet's comment. I do best journaling. Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet satisfaction.
I know. I love that. Yes. I love that. So, so good.
A little
So right
slacker
on.
over there. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's your nickname, little slacker.
All right. So we
So,
can go
Jessica.
to Jessica. Jessica, you're still here, right?
Yeah, we know there's a couple shows going on tonight, so if you asked for a reading, just please be present for Elizabeth and I, so that we can, tap into your energy and we can get your feedback. You're gonna go, okay? Well, Janet, your reading is done, and now he's going. There you go.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Whoa!
Okay. Yes, Jessica's here. Jessica's here.
Oh wow, those two cards just flew out.
Yeah.
Okay, what's on the bottom?
All right, this is very, very synchronistic because I got a card that has already come out tonight. All right, Jessica, for you, I've pulled this card here. This is from the Reclaim Oracle. This card is security. You can see here the six pointed star, and we see a moon at the bottom, something that appears like a moon at the top. We also see the flowers and the exposed roots. And again, I'm going to be reading for what to let go of in 2024. And I'm wondering if there may be a person or a situation in your life that has been providing a sense of security for you. This is your message that you are ready. You're ready to fly solo. You've got this. The six pointed star reminds me of the hermit. That's the star that he carries in his lantern. And 2025 is the year of the hermit, which indicates a time of self reflection, a time for growth, a time to really tap into inner knowledge, anything that is stored. I really love this within the cave of your heart. I'm quoting that from one of my guidebooks, The Cave of Your Heart. So, whatever it is that you've been maybe leaning on or using as a security blanket or a safety crutch, it's okay to let that go. And the second card that I have for you, and this is the second time this card appears, is the Zoom Out card. This is a card of shifting your perspective, of taking a step back and looking at things with fresh eyes, and taking a look to see what you may have missed the first time around. That is the message that I'm getting for you. Perhaps something that was overlooked that you didn't quite notice or catch during the time of whatever incident was that was occurring for you in 2024, it might become visible to you now that some time has passed and you're able to kind of step back and take another look. So that is the message that I have for you. And I am going to pass it over to Heather.
So I love being able to follow behind, not follow behind, but following after Elizabeth, because one of her cards always now is has been connecting with mine. You're
Mm.
talking about going within your heart cave, spending time with oneself. One of your cards that came flying out was the Hermit. And so the Hermit is all about introspection, self reflection, going within and finding and allowing your inner light to guide you. And I absolutely love how this came out. And I also got the Lover's card that came flying out. Now, the Lover's card can represent an intimate relationship, it can represent relationships with others, friends, family. But looking at this too, I'm feeling like this is going to be both for you, both of you. This is going to be for you. It's kind of like the both halves of yourselves coming together. The Hermit is helping you connect and reconnect with the balance of your masculine and your feminine, and also kind of like that sense of reflection. There may be a sense of kind of turning away, but they're still holding hands. So there's still that beautiful connection there. And this can vary also well because I'm feeling that it goes along with two, because I think they do both go, no pun intended, hand in hand. Our own personal relationships with ourselves ends up not dictating, but ends up reflecting our relationships with people in our lives for what we allow ourselves to do with our what we do to ourselves or say to ourselves, is the same kind of energy that draws what people will be for us as well. So basically, like attracting like. And the overall energy is the Ace of Swords. And I love this because here too in the book it says when the Ace of Swords appears in a reading, it can sign you are on the verge of a breakthrough. You may be feeling ready for a paradigm shift, a new beginning, or an exhilarating intellectual endeavor. And it says here too, harness the winds of this transformative energy and use the might of your mind to help you soar through the path ahead as you pierce the veil and achieve new heights of self knowledge through
Mm.
that introspection. And I have to share the imagine part because I think we might have a few maybe Bowie friends, people here that like Bowie fans, friends. And it says here a video clip from the 70s captures a conversation between French musician and actress Amanda Lear and David Bowie at London's Marquee Club. In this surreal exchange, Lear inquires, "Who are you?" And Bowie enigmatically replies, "Life is too short for questions." Persisting, Lear asks again, "What are you? I can see you're trying to invent something. Who are you?" Bowie redirects the question to Lear, asking her to explain herself, to which she responds, "I can't explain myself. I'm afraid because I'm not myself, you see." And as I'm reading this, it's a conversation between two people. So there's also kind of, here we go again. There's the lover's card, the two coming together, the male, the female having this conversation. And so it goes, this is the basis for our creative writing exercise, which explores different angles of you. The intention is to peel back the layers of identity, enabling you to explore and articulate your core essence, the you that exists independently of eternal and transient influences. First, describe yourself without referring to emotions, asking, "Who am I without feelings like joy, sorrow, or anger?" Next, remove life experiences from the equation. Your job, education, relationships, and other significant events. Describe yourself in their absence. Lastly, disregard any identifiable labels such as gender, nationality, or sociocultural background. How would you portray yourself without these standard identifiers? And you're in a place close to home, this is perfect. And this is a great message for everybody here. This is that beautiful heart. And it says here, in a place close to home, there was a gift. You are worthy.
Oh, so good.
So I'm loving these readings, Elizabeth. I
Mm.
really am. They're just flowing beautifully. So this new coming year, you know, really getting to the core of who you are, Jessica, and going within and embracing that and exploring that. And that's beautiful. That really is.
Mm-hmm. Side comment. Side comment. Sandy. Could be some Fey energy going on.
Sandy,
Yeah.
you're not connected like with the Fae at all, are you? I love the Fae. I got Brian Crowd's Fae deck. It's a great deck.
Yeah. So Jessica says she likes, security. Well, I mean, you're not alone in this, right? Like there's a lot of us. It feels good. So sometimes it's a nice reminder to kind of take a step outside of ourselves and look at it from a different lens. Beautiful. Okay, perfect. And she liked that card that you pulled for her.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because we really
Beautiful.
can't create strong relationships outside of ourselves if we don't have them within ourselves, with our own
Yes.
self.
Yes.
So I love how all the
Absolutely.
cards and the sayings and that conversation, I mean, it all just, yeah.
Dun dun dun. Sandy.
So Sandy, this is the first time I've been able to read for you. So
Yes. So that's what Sandy was saying. Like, oh, this will be my first time. I'll probably get the hangman.
oh, that wouldn't it be funny if he did? Okay, so what can I see? But that's not a bad card though, because that's taking the time to get outside of your comfort zone, get thinking outside of the box, looking at life and life situations and either problems or projects from a different perspective. I mean, it's not a bad card, really.
Oh, well, Janet, hold on. Bailey's. Okay,
Oh,
cheers.
okay. Cheers, Janet.
Oh, so much fun. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining
Yes,
tonight.
thank
This
you.
is awesome.
Thank you, Sandy.
And there's really beautiful energy going on.
Mm, beautiful message.
Mm-mm-mm. All right, Sandy. For you, I have pulled this card, Protection. And I feel like this deck is quite special in that the image does a wonderful job of conveying the emotion. And I'm wondering if there is something that you have been very protective of. Could be an item, could be a person, could be an energy, something that you have been kind of keeping close watch over, protecting, keeping away things that you feel could be harmful to this thing. This is your reminder that it's okay. It's okay to take a step back because sometimes the things or the people that we're protecting, like sometimes we take on more than what was meant for us to take on. And we want to be loving, we want to be gentle, we want to be kind, we want to protect others, but this could be part of someone else's learning journey, and they can't have that experience if we don't give them a little bit of space. So what I see here is the need for a little bit of space. And the second card that I pulled, this one here, be still, be still. And I think this is in case the answer is not obvious to you in this moment. This is the encouragement to just kind of take some time. It says stillness can be both clarifying and energizing. Let all of the pieces settle around you. Because when we are, of course, when I think of stillness, I think the mind, right? Because sometimes the mind just is overrun. And when you sit for a moment and you just kind of let the dust settle, then you're able to look at it differently. So take some time to look at those things and give space, give space, and allow everyone to have the experience of the lesson here, whatever that may be. Again, it could be an energy, it could be a person, it could be a pet, it could be a situation, but there's something that you're guarding that you want to protect. This is the reminder. It's time to let them go. And that is
Wow.
what I have for you.
So, Sandy, you can take a breath of relief. You did not get the He-Man. So your overall energy, the card at the bottom of the deck, is the Page of Pentacles. And I love this Page of Pentacles because they have him by the water, because the Pentacles are about earth and usually see trees and, and flowers and animals and stuff. But here I love how they included the water. This is the Page of Pentacles, and it goes with your top card, which is the Ace of Cups. So there's emotions, intuition, creativity. But with the Page of Pentacles, they're typically, youthful. I feel like these are like they talk about, they're kind of like the teenagers of the core cards. For me, I feel like they're very inner child, they're very youth like, and they're very studious, they're very academic, they like to study and look at things from different facets. um, and here I love how it writes, foresight, kind of like
Mm,
focusing on the future. And it says here that the shadow aspect of the Page of Pentacles can manifest as self doubt, indecision, or creative blocks. This creates something which is the feeling called the imposter syndrome, where we feel like we're not truly who we are. We feel like we're false, we're ingenuine, or we're not authentic. Which, like the book says here, can be incredibly frustrating. Yes, I totally get that. But this is a temporary feeling. Also reminds us of humility and prevents arrogance, complacency, ego, from taking over. But it says here, ultimately, this card enables us to understand that learning and evolution are an ongoing process. So in the upcoming year, there is this, still this feeling, and um, like wonder, joy and wonder, or wonder of the world moving forward. I don't know if you're planning on starting a new form of study, if you're looking back, going back to school, or taking maybe a workshop, or just maybe working on something, that new project, but it's something that, is really going to kind of helps you feel like you're going to be breaking out of maybe any static like energy that you might have felt like was holding you back. There might be a little bit of, the protection card that Elizabeth had. I remember her saying, letting things go. And by letting things go that no longer serve you, opens up, gives you more energy to be able to move forward and be able to follow your bliss and follow what it is that you want to start working towards. Even if you may not quite have an idea of what it is, still that energy, like with the Ace of Cups, um, you know, this is the top card, and I love this. It's all about, it's called the Vessel of Change. So again, it's kind of like following your holy grail. What is it? You're going to be like in search of what's your bliss, what makes you happy. It symbolizes new emotions or spiritual beginnings. So this is a beautiful year. So start embracing the emotions, start embracing looking forward into exploring new paths, avenues, ways of thinking or studying. Um, Maybe there might be books that have been on your list that you've been wanting to get, or you might have gone for the holidays that you've been wanting to read. Just kind of like a thirst for knowledge that will bring this, this overflow of um, new emotion and excitement. And I love here, it's also a card of self love. So when we do those kind of journeys, we are opening up. And when we discover new things about ourselves, or we realize things that have been within us all along, that is that beautiful feeling of like, wow, I'm already enough. I am worthy, like that other card earlier. So I absolutely love this. And you're closer to home. So it says here, in a place close to home, there was beauty. You are beautiful inside and out. And look at that beautiful peacock. And I know they talk about peacocks being prideful, but in this one here, just being proud of what you've overcome from 2024, and embracing, the beauty of who you are inside and out, and exploring that and keeping that kind of like a rose colored glass sort of way moving forward into the new year. I know a lot of us here in the States and abroad and stuff are going through, some scary times, some uncertain times,
Mm.
but we just have to keep focusing on who we are, our life, and how best that we can, and not allow the fear mongering and everything that we see a lot in social media and from maybe people in our community and or in our families or in our friends that may want to try to, kind of put us in that fear mode. So beautiful cards, Sandy. Thank you for letting me read for you.
Hmm. A pleasure. I hope it
Happy,
was everything
happy New
you ever
Year's.
hoped it would be. It was first reading. First
So it
reading.
wasn't good for you, Sandy, like it was for me.
Mm,
I don't smoke, so I just took my last sip of my wine for you. There you go. But thank you,
that's
Sandy.
funny.
Happy New Year, my friend.
That's awesome. I think that we might be all caught up, but if there's anyone that I missed, feel free to type me in the chat. What we're doing is we're reading on what to release in 2024 and what to embrace in 2025. And so far, we've had some really beautiful readings
I
tonight.
have an idea. Elizabeth,
Mm.
how about I pull some cards for you?
Woo!
Would that be
Okay.
okay with you?
Yes, that would be great.
So that would be what you can embrace for 2025.
Okay.
Seeing that I'm doing the embracing questions.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Ooh.
I don't think you've ever read for me before.
Oh, I think I have. Even in
Have
my
you?
chats for quite some time, I believe I have. See, a lot of people say, well, don't you remember when you read for people? And a lot of times we do so many shows, and when we do readings, it's like we get the cards, we get the message, and then boom, it's gone. The message was out when it was supposed to. You know what I mean? So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times, every now and then I'll remember somebody, but I'm pretty sure. Um, ooh, interesting.
I'll take
So,
notes. I'll take notes.
oh, you got one. Okay. So, two cards. Well, one card jumped out, and it's the Knight of Wands. And
Mm.
so, the Knight of Wands is, passionate, enthusiastic. They're motivated. They are kind of like what they're called the young adults, like the teenagers or young adults. They're full of energy, vivacious, charismatic. So I think going into the new year, you're going to continue that energy. You're doing so much more with your channel. You're doing more collaborations, and I just is that wonderful feeling of this creative ideas coming forward in the new year for you, your channel, how you read your cards. I just love, and I love how they got the pyramids in here too, because the pyramids with the energy, and a lot of people think that the pyramids are were energy vortexes to give energy,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like how Tesla had described the description. So again, there's that energy, that passion, that creative force, just charging forward into the new year, letting go of some Ten of Swords too from this
Mm.
past year. Some may start to show up, or may reappear, but because now of how we understand sometimes of these swords are things that we have to learn. Um, it's a completion. It's a cycle. So just kind of learning how to creatively remove, like see, I can't even remember who got this card earlier. So it's the removing of, I think it might have been for Janet, I'm not sure, but the removing of the swords and saying, okay, a lot of these things that are weighing heavily on me, whether it's thoughts, deeds of others, feeling lighter. And I love that you got the Fool card. So this beautiful Fool, you've got, you know um this beautiful horizon, and the horizon, this beautiful blossoming flower. It feels like there's a moon in there, and so you have, you know not to be afraid of taking risks, It's dropping all those old swords from behind, and now just stepping forward with your channel, with your endeavors that you're doing in your personal life. This beautiful horizon, the water, the intuition, your future. The possibilities are endless. All these beautiful waves of experiences coming your way. Um, People talk about being the naivety. Sometimes it's okay to be naive. It's okay to be like, okay, I'm going to let go of the fear. I'm going to let go of any of that, and I am going to move forward. I'm going to take that risk. I'm going to be spontaneous, and I'm going to follow my bliss. And I love, in a place close to home there was a bountiful treasure, share the wealth. And that's what you've been doing. I think a lot of this has to do with your channel. You're sharing your wealth of your gifts with all of us. You're sharing the messages that come in. You share that with all of us. You share the wealth of who you are, the beautiful messages, helping people, and this reflecting too, I think, in your personal life. And I love the picture on this card, the little dragon, the
Oh,
dragon
wow.
card. So a bountiful treasure, share the wealth. So again, like he's a little fire dude, the little dragons, and that
Yes.
that knight of wands. So
That's
fire
quite a
that up.
moon in that card.
So fire up that passion, that creativity. Sasha Graham said that knight of wands, because you typically see them on a horse or holding a wand that's on fire. It's kind of like holding the torch. So kind of like that fiery wand, holding the torch for yourself, holding it for your future, and just blazing ahead. Along with the Fool
Mhm.
card, yeah, and all that can get left behind. You know,
Yes, that's beautiful. Oh, thank you,
you're
friend.
welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
thank
And
you so
look,
much for
even
having me tonight. I love
like
this.
even Sandy is inspired.
Oh, I'll take that.
Sandy, if you feel called to pull a card, please do so. Oh yeah.
Canning
Look,
stones. Yep.
look, I can spell. Oh, little dragon.
Little dry. Have another sip, Janet. Go for it. And that can be
That's
put on the smaller
hilarious.
screen now. I'm all done.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. So I
Just.
think maybe then I can reciprocate.
Oh, I know what
Maybe
I
I
would like
can.
to leave behind this year, but I would love to see what you get. Because everybody knows what I've been
Okay.
going through here. This has been a hell of a year and a half. Yepers. And I sold a painting this week.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yep, and I found a home for one of my other big ones I can't take with me and wouldn't be able to afford to ship. A tiny little 18 by 20 canvas, packaged and shipped, $50. Could you
Wow.
imagine one of my like 40 by 36 canvases I have? Could you imagine how much they would charge me? That's why I'm like, nah, I gotta find some homes for some of my big beauties because I just can't afford to ship those suckers. Let me tell you, it's just crazy what they charge these days for shipping. And I hope Canada, I hope Ange, that they finally got the postal strike done and over with. That must have been really hard for the holidays, not being able to send things to your loved ones that way. The good is for Amazon though; they can deliver. You know.
Not only that, but like, can you imagine how behind schedule they got?
Oh, good lord! Elizabeth's like, "What the hell is this?"
It's so small, I can't see. Let me get my bifocals.
Girl, I have trifocals. My eye doctor said because we work so much now on a computer screen or in our phones and on our tablets and laptops, we're developing a third field of vision.
Oh
And
my
that's what my glasses
gosh.
have to take care of. Yep.
All
So I got
right.
3 fields now.
Okay. I have 4 cards for you.
Oh my.
And I'm going to read them in a specific order. Okay.
Okay, suck it to me.
Okay. What we're leaving behind.
Mm.
Ooh, angel number 111. Okay. Is there something that you have been lusting after that perhaps hasn't been of benefit to you? Because sometimes this happens. We get carried away with an idea, a concept, a project, an actual material item, and we become obsessed with it. And I'm wondering if there's something in your 2024 that is asking for a release. The card with that is recognize. And we saw this one once before tonight. Recognize. Yeah. A big, scary feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a name. Maybe even try to befriend it. Or as
Wow.
my daughter would say, embrace it. Maybe something that you have been lusting after, that you have been telling yourself, no, never mind, it's not worth it. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. The
Instead of
second,
embracing it, can I slap it around a little bit? Here, you. Yeah, come here, you. Punk. I'm just kidding.
mm-hmm.
But no, yeah, I know that feeling. Ooh.
Resilience. That's the word. Resilience.
Yeah.
So it was a tough year, and you may have ended up broken, but you're still taking that step forward, and you're still leading the way, and your guides are still cheering you on. They're
Thank
still
you.
cheering
Mm-hmm.
you on.
Yep.
I
There's my
love
grandma.
that. So, what are they saying?
Trust.
Trust.
Okay. I need to
Trust.
hear that because I've been in circles lately.
Trust in the unknown, trust in your loved ones, and trust in yourself.
Hmm. Trust is hard when you got the kind of stuff, yeah, what I've been dealing with. But yeah, I needed to
Mm-hmm.
hear that. Okay.
Mm.
Thank you.
You're
What I have
welcome.
been lusting over. Oh.
I don't know. I
Oh.
lust after shit all the time. And then I'm like, stop it. You don't need that. You
Yeah.
don't need that energy in your life, or you don't need, this or that or that. I'm always like, oh,
That's
you
about
know how
something
it
I'm going to
is.
have to journal on because
The
there's so many
grass
different things.
always, yes, because the grass always seems greener on the other side. We're like, oh, would it be so nice if we could just do this one thing? A lot of people connect lust to sexuality, and yes, it could be that, but I don't think it's that. I think it's something bigger than that. I don't think it's
Yeah.
that. I think there's something, I think sometimes we fantasize or imagine how great, somebody
Um,
else's situation is. And I
well,
think that is,
we're relocating next year, and she keeps
mm,
going on about how great it's going to be, how different it's going to be, and I believe that, but at a certain point, it's like how much is you know what I mean? How much is reality going to really, you know? So yeah,
mm-hmm,
I keep telling him, like you said, the grass isn't always greener. There's still going to be hard times, yeah, but it'll still be better here. I'm like, okay, so yeah,
well,
I
you are
totally get
doing what
that.
you can do. You are trusting and going with it. And the good thing is you're not alone. You're not alone.
I
Your
feel like
team
it
is with
sometimes.
you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, Janice says postage is awful right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look what Sandy said.
Working on my move.
Eight of
Focus.
Pentacles. Sandy pulled the Eight of Pentacles for you. So,
Ooh, and 8 is my life path number, Sandy. Very interesting.
mm-hmm.
It's one of my. I like that card because the 8 of Pentacles is always showing someone like working on their craft, working on their skills, working on their sense of yeah. Great, I love that. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
Yeah,
could think of 1,000 things I lust over. I could
fluffy
think of a
tummy.
thousand things I lust over. My God. Yeah.
I had a gluten-free
I'm gonna
chocolate
think about
brownie
that.
today, and it just didn't do anything for me. It was from Honduras. It was Honduran chocolate gluten-free
Ooh.
brownie at Starbucks, and it was just like
A special
tastes like
brownie?
just
You
tastes
put a-
no, not
Okay.
not no. This is Starbucks. I don't think they can sell special brownies, and it just tasted like a regular brown. I'm just like, okay. Wah, wah, wah.
Release this weight. Yes.
Whew. Yeah.
Yes. I don't get tired of sharing this story, but I'll tell you, Heather, that a friend of mine pulled like your word of the year. So she was, oh, I'll tell you your word of the year. And I was like, yeah, me. So she says, I want to say it was wellness. She said, your card of the year is wellness. And I was like, well, I tried. I got on the treadmill the other day and it ejected me right off. I fell off my treadmill.
That has happened to me. If you don't get up at the right moment, or you're like point. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, so recognize card came out twice. So you got it and Janet got it. And then the Ten of Swords, Janet got it and I got it.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was yeah. We were caught up with the readings. And
So I pulled
so
cards for Elizabeth, and then she pulled
mhm.
cards for me.
And then Sandy got inspired.
And I'm waiting to see
Sandy
what
got
Sandy got for
inspired.
you,
Sandy,
Janet.
look, Janet, Five of Pentacles. Didn't Five of Pentacles come up tonight too?
Yeah, that was for
The first reading?
Ange. That was for Ange.
Oh, the Five of Pentacles. You got a good memory.
Walking towards, no longer feeling isolated or unsecure, but feeling more. To me, in that representation of Five of Pentacles, I loved it because they're showing people walking towards a building where they're walking, they're confident, they know that they're going for help. So I like that one. It has a positive spin on it.
Moira, hello.
Moira, I
Hello.
love that kitty.
Welcome.
You're good to
Happy New
kitty.
Year.
Yep, yep.
Help me release. Get the hell out of here.
The power of the treadmill compels you. There's so many funny animal videos that show the animals getting on them, and they're running on. I mean, yeah, I gotta love the funny animal videos.
Oh, it's okay, Ange. I feel like
Yeah,
all of us are kind of juggling a bunch of things tonight. I'm just happy that you had some time to hang out with us,
yeah,
everyone actually, because it's turned out to be a great evening so far.
yeah. And
Um,
how did that thing work out, Ange, with YouTube allowing you to have a guest join you if you do a live on YouTube? Did Ange did she figure that out? I was gone all the afternoon. I was hanging out with my girl Amanda at Barnes and Noble, and you know talking, and then we came home and had dinner. We will always have the treadmill. Yeah, my friend Amanda got a treadmill. So
it's funny because mine is the one without arms.
uh,
Like it doesn't have the little bars. So it's just a walking pad. Clearly it's too much for me.
I used to have one of those things that go like this, and you step. There's separate steps, and you're going. And I was like, yeah, I can do this. I remember when I was younger in my 20s, and I was like, oh yeah, I can do this. I got and I almost fell off the damn thing. It was just my body had changed so much that I completely lost. Um, I was like, yeah, this thing's gonna, I'm gonna break something being on this
Okay.
thing.
All right. So Sandy pulled the Five of Pentacles for Janet, but she says, I'm not familiar. I'm just learning. And that's okay. That's okay.
The Five of Pentacles is a card that typically talks about the fear of lack or the feeling of lack, feeling isolated, kind of being left out in the cold, and traditional shows two people walking out in the snow, but yet there's a church with lights lit up in it. So there's always hope. There's always help, just knowing, that you can always go and knock on doors and ask for help. And, so there's different layers and meanings to, really the cards,
Mm,
and depending on how the artwork is displayed on it too. Oh, yes, Alyssa. Oh, you did? And it worked?
mm-hmm.
Yay! So I can just say, oh, well, good. Maybe StreamYard will take notice and maybe rethink their feed.
There's pros and cons for sure.
Yeah,
Pros
but
and
oh,
cons.
it's nice
Yeah.
to be able to have a collab then. Yeah, I'll
I'll
never
never get a
forget.
treadmill.
Well, to me, I love walking out in nature. It's always, to me, that's the best place to go walking is in nature. So
Mm-hmm.
let's see,
Four of
Inch
Pentacles.
Pentacle.
Didn't
Ooh.
she get that card too?
Mm-mm.
No. What
No.
was it? Was a pentacle card, no? For Ange?
Um, yeah, but it wasn't a Four of Pentacle.
I
She
can't
got a. I
remember.
can't remember, but I know it wasn't. Somebody got a Knight of Pentacles. That might have been. It was Ange. Was the Knight of Pentacles because the um the prompt was the
Yes.
walking art, going down, going for a walk.
Yes.
But what did you get though, Elizabeth? Didn't Sandy pull one for you?
I didn't see one. Did I miss it in the chat? I'm
Sandy, I
sorry.
thought you were going to pull a card for Miss Elizabeth. I'm curious to see what you get.
Dun dun
Um,
dun. The
the
Fool.
four. No, you got the. Hey, I gave you the fool. Oh, speaking of fools, if anybody didn't notice, Ramon Moonscarab, he did. He made a it was his own lyrics. He played the music and he sang. He did a music, well, it's not a full music video, it's a piece of artwork that he made. I guess he's going through each of the cards and he started with the Fool. He wrote and sang the music and the lyrics on his channel for the Fool. Y'all got to go take out. It was so cool. It's just like he sings, he plays musical instruments. He's a divination diva. I mean, my God, what more? He writes poetry. I mean, he's like a Renaissance man, our Ramon. So, but yeah, go check it out. It's beautiful. Ramon singing, "Oh my God, my heart." Yes, I was telling Elizabeth
Oh,
backstage,
good.
"Watch out, Enrique! Watch out, Ricky! Here comes Ramon."
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun,
Ramon is
dun.
deep. Ramon is deep.
Mm-hmm. Deep, dark, and
So,
delicious. Let me tell you. He's easy on the eyes, ladies. Yeah.
yes. Have
When
we
I
had
first
a
saw him, I was
chance
like,
to read for
"Ooh."
everyone that wanted a reading? If there's anyone that joined or anyone that is watching but not chatting, which is totally fine. Lurking is fine and welcome. If you would
Lurking.
like a reading, please type me in the chat and we are happy to oblige.
Or I can just pick random cards too. In a place close to home, there was a door that closed. Find the open door.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, I know. It is the sexiest. Yep.
Mm.
He'll say that sometimes. He'll correct me with the Spanish, and he'll be da da da. I'm like, oh. He can read off a grocery list, and you and I would be like, oh.
It's that look. He has a certain look about him too. He has a
Mm-hmm.
certain look about him.
Yes, but he's so beautiful. That's a card, beautiful inside and out. That's our Ramon. You know. I call him one of my little bros. So him, Tom, um, yeah, him and Tom are my little bros because I'm older than the both of them. So those are my little bros. But yeah, yeah,
That's
he's easy on the
hilarious.
eyes.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
And she bends. Ooh, baby, when she moves and she moves. She looks like a flower, but she stings like a bee, like every girl in
So many
history.
things. So many
Yeah.
things. Awesome. Awesome, friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much. This has been a lot of fun. I'm happy that we had time to come on. I like small informal groups
Hmm.
because then when you raise your hand and you say me, I'll take a reading, it doesn't feel like the entire world. Even though this is live, it's recorded and other people be able to watch it, it doesn't feel
Yeah,
like that.
I like being there live. You know, was it
Mhm.
live or is it what was it, Memorex? Or was it TDK? No, it was Memorex. Remember the cassette tapes back in the day?
Yes.
Was it live or was it Memorex? I much prefer watching lives, you know, when they happen. So
Oh,
just because of
yes.
the energy of being able, because I love that's the whole part thing with me with lives is being able to hang out and chat with people and talk and stuff and whatnot. So so people who take time to be able to, oh, you were literally singing, oh yeah. Yeah. Yes, yes.
Yes. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. Well,
Alamos.
we
Wait, I
will.
gotta see if I can convince Ramon to do it. Oh no, he wouldn't do it. I was gonna be like, hey Ramon, sing a little bit of Balamos. Balamos.
Oh,
Take
you
you.
know,
Can you imagine him singing that?
I'm gonna say, hey, I'm looking for a backup singer for my new intro. Can you please?
Ramon. All the ladies now are gonna be and gents are gonna be knocking on your door.
I can't
Hey.
wait to see it. I can't. I
Yeah,
think
it's
Ange
fun.
posted it in the. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
Yeah, and he
fun.
wrote the lyrics, and he's a beautiful poet, and so it was well done. I enjoyed it very
Mm-hmm.
much,
Mm,
and the
so
artwork he
cool.
created too for it's a just a it's um I don't know if he used Canva or what, but he actually created the artwork, and it's just that image, but along the side the lyrics change as he's singing and the music's playing. So
Oh, that's
so it's
cool.
the full card, yeah. And so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we don't
Oh, I
see him
love that.
actually singing, but you see his artwork while the lyrics are, you know, the words are changing on the screen. So
Mm-hmm.
yep, Happy New Year, everybody. I just had a friend say to me, Happy New Year, I'm going to bed. Okay.
Happy New Year, all. Thank you so, so much for being here. Oh, look. Him and his little
It's like
dog.
him and his little dog. Yeah, his hair isn't that curly though, but I'll let him have it.
All right, beautiful souls. I wish you the best. Wishing you the best.
Yes, thank you,
And we'll see
everybody.
you
Thank you for a
next time.
wonderful new. Yep, see you next year, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.